What's up YouTube, it's FitzBro, and we've got a hot new patch for AoE4, the Knights of Cross and Rose DLC. This just dropped today, April 22nd, 2025, and we're going to go over everything that's new so that you are up to date when you go out there to hit the ladder. Greetings AoE4 community. After rolling out the expansion and a hotfix patch, we're pretty happy with where things are at. However, as we all know, there is always room for improvement. We're back with some bug fixes, gameplay tweaks, and a new seasonal game mode for you to enjoy. Let's see what it is. New event and game mode. Plant your flag into the battlefield and look down upon your enemies in Season 10's second event, Conquest. This event also introduces the aptly named Conqueror's Cache game mode, where players will fight for dominance by seizing capture points across the map. Details below. Guard your treasures and trophies with unwavering pride. After all, if you can't have them, nobody can. That is going to start on April 29th, so about a week. Let's see what this is all about. So of course we've got new portraits, monuments, etc. But let's check out this new game mode, Conqueror's Cache. Battle for control in Season 10's new game mode. Fight for control over the cache and the Conqueror's Bounty. So I was originally thinking this was like King of the Hill. Conqueror's Cache and Conqueror's Bounty. The longer you hold one, the more you will be rewarded. Over time, the hill will upgrade, provide stronger and more devastating rewards to unleash on your opposition. Be careful not to lose your hold on the cache, as having to take the point again will mean you need to build up the hill's level again. Man, that really sounds like King of the Hill, but we'll have to test this one out to truly unleash its capabilities. There's some AI updates. I'm not going to go through all of those. Now, this is a pretty big one, specifically because I believe this hotkey has been asked for since launch of the game, and particularly I know a lot of my AoE3 community members have wanted this. They've added new keybinds. Select all currently, I'm assuming that is selected, types. So if my assumption is correct, that means you select one man-arms, you hit this button, and it selects all of them on the map. And this would be massive. It's in most RTSs, but it's been missing from AoE4. We also have select all economic units on screen. Oh my gosh, I've been wanting this hotkey so bad. What am I gonna bind this to? So why is this huge? So say you got your town with all your villagers and you got some army in here as well, but you don't want to drag box everything. You don't want to select all military. You're trying to like grab them in between. You hit this and it gets all the melee infantry on screen, or all the military units on screen. This is a massive improvement. I'm excited to try this one out for sure. I got to figure out where I'm going to bind this. Let me know if you got any good tips for that. Select all traders, trade ships. Not really going to use that. Idle scout units. That's nice. So those are idle religious units. Idle religious units. Okay. Huge hotkey changes. I'm very jazzed about that. Very excited about that. Maps. Corrected an issue that prevented a run-in from being hired if the player did not have any food. Okay, I guess a little bug there. But some map-specific changes. So we have Enlightened Horizon. This is the one where you spawn really close together. The Sacred Site on the far side. The closest berry patch has been removed for each player. So taking some of the food out from under your base. That's honestly going to be a nerf to like Avicid and Delhi and stuff. Additional berry patch will spawn behind the player's base next to the deer. So yeah, really exposing the civs that are maybe gathering the berries faster by moving that back. So that's going to be a little nerf there to those. Sacred sites are spaced out further away from each other now. How much further? I do wonder. Neutral market has been replaced with an abandoned outpost. Okay, so an abandoned outpost. That'll give you vision. Does that mean there's no more market? Let's see. A large gold vein, a market, and a wolf's den will now spawn at the far edges of the map. I kind of like that this map was like trading was kind of not viable. This kind of makes it viable again, I would say. Because before the market was like right in front of your base, so it could be pretty hard to defend. So yeah, man, that's a lot of changes for this map. Relic spawn count corrected for free-for-alls, and they've been tuned to distribute more fairly. So man, that's a lot of changes from the developers. We're still testing feedback on the points of interest system, and we're pushing to try new ideas using Enlightened Horizon as a proving ground. So with that, that means we'll have, does that mean we're gonna have all the points of interest? Because we'll have the Wolf's Den at the far edges of the map, where I guess it'll be protecting the gold in the market. Seems like that way. And then we'll have a neutral outpost in the middle, and then you have still the Ronin, and you have the market, whatever ones that give you passive resources. Whew. What do you guys think of the points of interest? Let me know in the comments below. I've been enjoying them. I'd be fine with them adding them to every map. I think it makes it interesting. I like anything that rewards taking some amount of map control, so I think that's cool. Okay, lots of changes. Caramel. For large deer, 2 packs of 10 appear for each player instead of 3 packs of 7. Okay, so now there's going to be 20 total deer instead of 21, I guess. There's tons of deer on the edge in Caramel. Large deer packs avoid spawning next to each other and will distribute more evenly. Okay, so it sounds like right now it was kind of like all of the deer would be on the side of the map bunched up together. Now maybe they'll be dotted out a little bit more. So what, man, we're gonna have to dig in these maps, see what's going on. But some map changes. Okay, balance and bug fixes. I always enjoy this. General changes and bug fixes. Minimizing a ranked lobby page no longer reveals opponents' names. There we go. There we go. Hiding names. Using a taunt in ranked lobby no longer reveal a name. Okay, so they're actually hiding the names that they've been attempting to. Fixed up crash, I guess, with the historical battle. Fixed a soft lock that would occur if a player disconnected, then reconnected during the lobby countdown. Oh man! I wonder who reported this one. Game now correctly detects AMD 9070 with latest drivers. I have been complaining about my issues. I'm gonna be curious if this fixes them, but this feels like a personal attack on my graphics card. But yeah, I just got a 9070, if you guys weren't aware, in the last month. So I've been having some issues. I'm hoping it'll help me out. Fix a crash that rarely occurred when playing larger player matches with certain civs. Dropping a carcass with scouts while being hit or delivering a hit will no longer prevent you from being able to pick up a carcass with that scout again. A little bug and a text description. Okay, so some minor bugs. I'm very excited to see if this helps me out. I don't know if it will. Yeah, there we go. Okay, balancing gameplay changes for all civs. The Springald. Range reduced from 8 to 7.5 tiles. So they gave them even shorter range. Okay. Their range resistance has been reduced. I don't know. I don't feel like I see a ton of Springalds in the first place. I mean, it is annoying when they get in mass, but like they're going to become pretty useless. So you make them shorter, easier to grab by archers. Archers just kill everything. I would rather see some mangonel nerfs, maybe. I don't know. Siege has not been feeling right to me. I feel like the late game turns into like a mangonel siege war. What do you guys think? What have you been experiencing with the siege in the late game? Let me know down below. I don't really see where this one came from. I want to see something on this that says bonus against mangonels again. That's what I want. Fishing boat shoreline fish gather rate reduced from 0.7 to 0.65. Okay, so slowing that down. Deep water as well. So they're nerfing fishing gather rates. Slightly, but they are for both types. The AI players will now be more aggressive after small scale attacks if their squad is almost lost. Okay, so some minor changes there. Springald's kind of weird. Fishing changes. Caster mode. The caster mode UI now has panels underneath the tech progress bar showing the current unit number and unit cap for scholars, prelates, and black riders, imperial officials, bannermen, and lords of Lancaster. Man, this makes me think they've got like Capture Age actively working on this, because usually they deliver something and then we don't see them for another 2 years, but they're incrementing, so good to see. Overall overview statistics card in caster mode no longer swaps players' numbers. Didn't know that happened. Civ specific changes, probably some minor ones. Let's see what we got. The Byzantines. Cistern cost has been decreased by 5 stone. So if you remember, it used to be it would go up by 50 with each cistern you made. They changed it to be a flat 125 across the board. Now it's just going to be a flat 120. So a little easier for you Byzantine players out there. Chinese. Grenadier cost has been reduced by 20 food, and the range has been increased by half a tile. Update the buff indicator for achieving the Yuan dynasty to more clearly describe the benefit. So little Grenadier buff there. The Delhi Sultanate. How to affect decrease from 30 to 25% health. Elephant nerfs. No! Armor beast. Effect decrease from 25 to 20%. No! My poor elephants. Oh, man. Who's out there getting bullied by elephants? Professional scout research time increased from 2C2 to 350. Nerf on pro scouts. And scholar cost increased by 5 gold. Man, what did Delhi do to one of the developers? Hitting with the quadruple nerf. That's a quad nerf right there. Okay, the Holy Roman Empire. We've removed relics as passive income. Oh, wait. No nerfs. Fixed an issue where the Burgrave charge bonus was incorrectly displayed unranged. No change to the HRE. Japanese. Yumi Ashigaru cost reduced from 30 food, 35 wood to 25 food and 35 wood. So a little cheaper for that Yumi. The Malians. Musafati Warrior cost reduced from 50 food, 30 gold to 45 food and 30 gold. So, yeah, I like it. Musafati Warrior is getting cheaper. 5 food cheaper. Moose Party. Party on. Fix the trade post exploit as reported. There was a trade post exploit. The Mongols. Holy halibut. Okay, let's see what we got. The monastic shrines tech is now available in the castle age. Oh, that's interesting. So this is a technology that turns your, if I remember correctly, this turns your monastery into basically kind of like an uvu. You can plant buildings around it and get the double effect. I believe that's what that is. A double check. Whistling arrows cost has been reduced. Improved version cost reduced. Research time reduced. So try and encourage you to get this whistling arrows upgrade. Maybe it's not getting used enough. Additional torches reduced. Improved version reduced. I think they just literally reduced all the costs because nobody ever buys any of these things. Yeah, raid bounty. Yeah, all these upgrades. So Mongols getting a nice buff there. Some nice buffs. Fixed exploit allowed them to get more resources from the Wolf's Den, and fixed a bug where the Mongol raid bounty only provides resources when destroying a building with torches instead of igniting it. Okay, so some nice big nerfs to Delhi, big buffs to Mongols. Will you begin those techs? We'll see. Ottomans. Akinji? I think this is the cav archers. Cost reduced by 10 food. Production time reduced by 1 second. I don't know. Like, my opinion with this unit is like it fits a weird role and a weird stage of the game. Because by the time you unlock this thing, I feel like the opponent's got lots of archers, a lot of horses. It feels like this thing would maybe be more effective early on in like a raiding aspect, or I don't know, something. But I don't really ever see these at all. Are you guys training these? Do you go for them? Let me know. I don't know. I don't know if it's really going to change a whole lot, make them 10 food cheaper, but there they are. The Rus, Lodja fishing boat, deep water fish rate reduced by 0.10. So, nice nerf there to the Rus fishing, kind of like the other fishing we saw. And we got variant civilization changes. Only to the variant versions of the classics, and they share many of the changes from the parents listed above. Okay, House of Lancaster, will the nerfs be coming? Let's see. Lancaster Castle can no longer be placed within 8 tiles of an enemy town center. So no more dropping those castles right on top of their town center. I don't know the length, like what 8th tile exactly represents. I'll have to go test that. I feel like that's probably still within the range of where it usually is when people do this. I don't know. Demon Lancer H2 charge attack decreased from 16 to 12. It's currently higher than Castle. So a bug, changing that. Yeoman. Cost increased by 5 food. Just 5 food. And slightly reduced the speed of synchronized shot projectiles. Is this enough of a nerf for these guys right now? Yeomen are maybe the strongest unit in the game right now, in my opinion, just because their speed and versatility is crazy. 5 food doesn't feel like a whole lot. Their eco's already doing really good with the manners. I'm glad this will be a little slower. Will there be a chance to dodge it? I would like that if that's true. I feel like it's not going to matter a whole lot. You're probably still going to get hit with it pretty quickly. I would have liked to maybe seen this paired with an increased cooldown on the ability, perhaps, or decreased overall damage it can do, or a cap. I don't know, but I don't know. I think they could have used more nerf. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Did they get it right, guys? Let me know. The Knights Templar, my baby. Let's see what we got here. Base villager wood income reduced. Yeah, they get a lot of wood. That's not a whole lot. 0.02 less. You won't even feel that. Elite Hospitaller Knights. Armor has been decreased from 5 melee 6 range to 4 melee and 5 range. So that's decreased that late game. Health decrease as well. So a little nerf to those Elite Hospitaller Knights. Okay, the Sergeant. Maybe an underutilized unit. Damage increase in all tiers. Gets 1 additional damage in every tier. So a nice little buff to that. I like that. I like a good creative Sergeant strategy. Genitors range increased by 0.5. I don't think their range is the issue. I think it's their like firing animation and speed of the unit. I don't know. I don't think I'll ever be making these still, but they got a buff. Heavy Spearman bonus versus elephants increased a whole lot. Wow. Connotario, this is that gold only unit. I've actually never trained one of these. Damage reduction from gunpowder resources increase even more, so now they take 33% right, or 20%, so more resistant to gunpowder. They're trying to encourage you to use it. Armor increased from 1 melee 1 range to 2 melee and 3 range. So a pretty significant buff for this unit. Will you decide to go up with Venice and to get this unit in the H4? I'm not so certain, but maybe we'll see some of them, and their stats certainly have been improving. Hospitaller Knight is now correctly selected alongside military units and not as religious. Thank you. I hope this means when I cycle through my monks that it doesn't try to select one of my hospitallers, because it really messes up my relic gathering. But overall, across the board, it seems like a pretty big buff to Knights Templar. In a few key spots, right? I mean, a nerf to the wood, which is maybe their biggest hit, but some nice key buffs there. Sushi's Legacy. Grenadier, cost reduced by 20 food. In range has been increased by 0.5, same as the Chinese. And that's going to be it, folks. We've got community reported issues, quick match search function to fail, bug caused the Knights Templar Kingdom of France to extend to naval units. And there you have it, guys. So to recap, we've got a new game mode. We'll have to check this one out. The Conqueror's Cache. We got a new game mode. We've got some balance changes essentially to all the civs. We got some new hotkeys. Got some cool map changes. I'm excited to try Line Horizon. I've already been enjoying this map, but some big changes to that as well as Carmel. And yeah, some bug fix changes. We'll see if it fixes my issues with my graphics card. But with that, guys, go forth. I hope you enjoy this patch of Age of Empires 4. Let me know what they got right, what maybe is missing, and I hope to catch you guys in one of my next videos. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for plenty of Age of Empires 4 content. And I want to give a big shout out to anyone who subscribed to the channel. I just hit 25,000 subscribers, and I couldn't have done it without you guys. Thank you so much for helping me hit this big milestone. And if you're not subscribed already, what are you waiting for? I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.